Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Monday, as we are still inside of this extremely important range of 60,800 and 61,800. And this is going to determine whether Bitcoin can continue in price discovery or if we're going to see a potential breakdown for the short term here. And I want to talk about something very interesting that's happening here with Bitcoin dominance today. It is sitting right below the 20-week moving average, but more importantly, sitting at the 50-day moving average, which if Bitcoin dominance truly is in a bullish reversal on the macro, this is the time. It's either going to see a bounce to the upside, or if we break down, what would that look like for the rest of the market when it comes to Bitcoin's price and how the altcoins are going to react to that? Well, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, as I've always talked about on this channel, we love to look at correlations, is a leading indicator for altcoins in my opinion, because it's the largest altcoin. And with the price action currently above all daily moving averages, but we've yet to see this move yet for the altcoins that are factored in outside of Ethereum and Bitcoin, because we're still below the 100-day moving average. The question is, if Bitcoin breaks down from the 50-day moving average, does that assume we see a continuation for altcoins to move up in dominance and Bitcoin dominance comes down? Or are we going to be rejecting this 100-day moving average? And is Ethereum going to also start to break down against Bitcoin, with Bitcoin dominance potentially finding support and moving up for those that believe Bitcoin dominance isn't a bullish trend? That's a very important question that I think we're going to find out here this week, maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours, as we have this new monthly candle. And we really want to start dissecting these charts, including the revolving parts, to really see what's happening, because a lot of the people on the Discord have been following our trades. Of course, we sent a trade for Decentraland, Axie Infinity, hitting all targets yesterday, and we're seeing a lot of success with altcoin trades. We've taken about 9 or 10 of them. But why is the altcoin chart still below the 100-day moving average? Does that mean that money is not coming into the market? It's just flowing from Bitcoin to these other coins? Well, that's what a lot of people have said in the chat. There's some discussions going on about that. And it would make sense if we look at our crypto signals, which are swing trades, for example. We're seeing a lot of coins against Bitcoin hitting 30, 40% targets. Why is that the case? Well, is that money being moved around in the market but not coming into the market? And if that's the case, are we running out of fuel? These are all questions on the table. We have to talk about what's happening, because the total market cap is also a revolving part that matters. But let's just dive straight into this Bitcoin analysis, because of course this video had to come out right now, but we've yet to break down from the $60,800 level. We're testing it right now as we speak. And I told you guys, the more we see hourly and 4-hour candles above 61,844, the more likely it is we'll start to see continued momentum for Bitcoin to the upside. Because we've yet to see that, we're still playing in this very dangerous range. It's a tight range, about $1,000. But if we start to move below this previous weekly open at 60,800, it starts to open the door to retest 58,300, where if this level cannot hold, there's a major drop down to 49,700 that's on the table. So this is an extremely important level. We don't have to address the drop just yet. If that's not on the table, what is? Well, we have this 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart. We may find some local support here. And if we consolidate further, it would be very similar to how we initially started to move up when Bitcoin first moved above 29,000 to 54,000. It took a few weeks, maybe a month or two, before we were able to see continued upside action. Are we going to be potentially seeing 58,300 hold and a few weeks of consolidation before we see continuation of the upside? That's also on the table for the bulls. But if the bulls want a case to regain momentum for Bitcoin right now, we have to get above 61,844 in my opinion. And the lower we go below 60,800, the more worrying it becomes, because 58,300 is where volume will come in, whether it's to the upside or downside. And so we really want to start monitoring these micro time frames. And we could assume here that if the Bitcoin dominance chart does start to move down and we start to see the others' dominance chart move up, that could also be a reason that the total market cap continues to go further up. But that would require new money coming into the market, right? Because a lot of times what we'll see is the whales move around their Bitcoin into these altcoins to pump them for a little bit, and we'll see liquidity flow in on the US dollar pairing from retail, and then the whales will pull that out and suck it away from the coin by putting it back into Bitcoin. And so that's something we have to monitor. but the total market cap is holding these higher levels right now, but we've yet to see strong momentum to the upside. The question is, when that strong momentum comes, is it going to bring Bitcoin dominance below the 50-day moving average and take the altcoins back into another bullish trend? Or are we going to potentially, which I think is the most unlikely case based on Bitcoin's market cap, see the total market cap continue further up, Bitcoin dominance still actually hold the 50-day and continue further up, and altcoins continue further up? That would require a lot of capital, but that's how the market was able to continue to move up from when Bitcoin topped out here on April 14th. That wasn't the top here for the total market. We were able to see new liquidity flow in, and that was the start to altcoin season, right? So it all makes sense when you look at it in the macro. I hope that me dissecting it doesn't confuse you guys, but I do want to quickly talk about what's happening here to the Ethereum to US dollar price, and we'll move into the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. That's the most important, but we're still seeing a struggle here. Just like Bitcoin, it's only formed a higher high so far, so we couldn't say that we're in price discovery right now below the previous all-time high of 43.73. Now, if we want Ethereum to continue to move up, the best way to do that is to see this Ethereum to Bitcoin chart continue further. Now, the question right now is, with most altcoins still suffering, but with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart showing strength, is this going to continue further up and allow the other altcoins to also move above their moving averages? That's something that I think is going to happen here very soon. We're either going to see this come down or this move up, with Bitcoin dominance sitting at the 50-day moving average. That might simplify what I've been trying to emphasize here. So this right now, as we speak, this daily candle is the first one testing this 50-day moving average for Bitcoin dominance. It's super important to watch what happens here. So we look at the revolving parts really quick here. The DXY is still above the major level, so it's showing strength. The S&P 500 is currently showing a red daily candle, but we're still forming new all-time highs. Japan moved up today quite strong, over 2%, moving finally above all of its daily moving averages. And we look at what's happening to China. We're still sitting below the 50-day moving average, quite weak. Euro 100 showing a lot of strength today, new yearly highs. And then gold moving very sideways between its moving averages at the 200-day to 50-day. So not much there with commodities. Oil trying to continue further up, but we've yet to break the highs that we saw on the 25th of October. And then, of course, what we'll be monitoring as well is this gold to Bitcoin chart on the Snipers channel. You guys know I love this chart. It will give us an idea of how much momentum is inside of this rally Bitcoin is currently in. Because right now, we're sitting here at the previous lows that we saw from April 14th. If we start to see continuation, that shows a lot of strength right now for this bull trend. But if we start to move back towards the 50-day moving average, that's how Bitcoin ended up topping out on April 14th. We want to start being careful here. So I think that we're going to find something out here really soon, snipers, just based on where Bitcoin dominance is at. And with our altcoin trades, I've seen a lot of success here with the swing trades of altcoins against Bitcoin. And that usually is an indicator that money is certainly flowing in the market, but because the other's dominance chart that actually factors in the amount of capital within the total altcoin market not moving up while that's happening is a little concerning to me. I just want to throw that out there as a puzzle piece, that some altcoins are moving up, seeing 30% spikes and then dropping back. You know, Bitcoin moving, once again, manipulation into the altcoin and then moving out of it, but no new capital. Like that to me is just a puzzle piece I want to throw out there. But if we see this chart really follow the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, that could change the story. So very interesting stuff today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's analysis. I know I jumped around everywhere. And once again, we have the #1 cryptocurrency Discord community in the world. I'm loving the participation in the chat. I'm here every single day now, having fun with you guys. Tons of laughs. And it's just so nice to see people succeeding in this market. And with that, I'm still here in Cancun. And so I'm going to enjoy the time here while I can. And I'll be back in the US here very soon. And with that, thank you all for tuning in today. Happy Monday. Have a great week. Until next time, snipers.